Look at these characters, Fire Lord Ozai, Jinx, and Loki. Do you see a pattern here? No? How about Sasuke, Azula, and Scar? Yes, they're all second-born children. It's not a coincidence. Like all animals evolve into the crab, the most magnetic villains and antiheroes are written as the younger sibling. I call it the second son syndrome. But why is that? Let me explain. Part 1. Politics. The most iconic younger brother we all saw growing up was Scar from The Lion King. Scar betrays and kills Mufasa, his own brother, to take over his kingdom. You could see his contempt for Mufasa and the little Simba. Throughout our own history, political gain has been the biggest motif for fratricide after all. Famously, the last standing Ottoman brother became the emperor. And how could I talk about political villainy without mentioning Fire Lord Ozai from Avatar: The Last Airbender? When Iroh's son died, instead of grieving the loss of his nephew, Ozai petitioned to his father to make him the heir. Fire Lord Azulon obviously got furious with his trespassing and denied sharply.
You dare suggest I betray Iroh, my firstborn, directly after the demise of his only beloved son? I think Iroh has suffered enough, but your punishment has scarcely begun.
Ozai then assassinated his father. He declared himself Fire Lord, usurping his own brother, Iroh.
You are now succeeded by your second son. Hail Fire Lord Ozai!
Fire Lord Ozai is the perfect villain to Aang's innocent universal compassion. Did you see the pattern? The scheming, jealous little brother usurped the throne by underhanded means. No matter if it's about knights and castles or laser swords and space travel, fantasy fiction is always set in a feudal society, and in a feudal society, inheritance is given to the oldest male heir. This, of course, often offends the younger siblings, especially the second. They resent the system that decides who rules and who serves by lucky birth.
Life's not fair, is it? You see, I shall never be king. And you shall see the light of another day. And you...
Scar wants raw power and power alone. He's almost a Shakespearean villain. Because he is one. The Lion King is heavily inspired by his play Hamlet. Ozai hid his ambition behind a facade of pragmatism. Iroh's lack of clear air might divide the vast Fire Nation after his death. Thus, he would be a better choice. Both of them display no empathy or kinship towards their own blood. The unchecked jealousy and resentment make them the ideal Machiavellian villain. I call these kinds of characters the political second sons. But not all sibling rivalry is caused by inheritance alone. After all, what is power alone? Part 2. Psychology. Another flavor of sibling rivalry is caused by daddy issues. Loki from the MCU is one.
Why have you done this?
To prove to Father that I am a worthy son. When he wakes, I will have saved his life. I will have destroyed that race of monsters, and I will be true heir to the throne.
All his problems are caused by Odin's lack of approval, and his character gets redeemed after a few movies, and he turns into an anti-hero. Us little siblings share this unique feeling of being the lesser one. Our older siblings were bigger, smarter, and stronger than us. Well, because they were older than us. And don't deny that you felt a little envious too. If you watched Arcane, you know exactly where I'm going with this. Powder is small, incompetent, and ruins everything for the gang because of that. Every mission with her fails, hence the nickname Jinx. Her older sister, on the other hand, is the biggest and the strongest one out of the bunch.
What's the point? I ruined everything. I always do.
Nobody said that.
No, just that you were twice the person at half my age.
Powder feels left behind, insecure, and is eager to prove herself while Vi's goal seems to be to keep Powder safe. Powder takes Vi's insistence on keeping her out of harm's way as an unintended insult. The dynamic between these two has been the perfect gut-wrencher. She doesn't hate Vi, but Sasuke does. Sasuke's hatred for Itachi is driven by vengeance, but there's a deeper layer to their relationship than just the drive to kill. Itachi isn't just Sasuke's SO brother who killed their family. He is this untouchable figure who casts a long shadow over Sasuke. Anytime they meet, he always says that Sasuke is not strong enough. Sasuke was always the weak one.
Why did I think that you would be like Itachi?
And when the Uchiha massacre happened, Sasuke couldn't do anything but cry and run. Normally, this is a perfectly good revenge plot for your typical anime protagonist, but Itachi being his older brother, who Sasuke was always compared to, just adds enough salt to make it go into overdrive. So simply killing Itachi is not Sasuke's goal. He wants to surpass him to mend his lifelong frustration of always falling short. Sasuke, Jinx, and Loki are what I call psychological second sons, and they tend to become an anti-hero rather than a full-blown villain. Now, everything I've talked about earlier was to set you up for the villain, one that has the most little sibling energy with a terminal case of the second son syndrome, Azula. Azula is a perfect combination of Machiavellian villainy with crippling resentment towards Zuko, her mother, and the whole world in general, making her both a political and a psychological second son. She thinks people look down on her because she's a girl and his idiot older brother is the heir to the Fire Nation. Everyone treats him with the respect she thinks she deserves. She knows she's Zuko's spare, and that's partly why she's so keen on killing him.
I am about to celebrate becoming an only child!
And when she finally gets what she wanted, that is, becoming the Fire Lord, she isn't happy. She became the Fire Lord, fulfilling her want as a political second son, but her psychological needs haven't been met yet. She's still that little girl craving love and affection, and no fancy crown is going to make up for that. So, these two are what's making the younger siblings the perfect villains and anti-heroes. Inheritance jealousy and inferiority complex. But are all second sons of fiction evil? Part 3. Anti-heroes. But younger brothers don't always have to be evil, like Killer Bee from Naruto. B is the adopted brother to the 4th Raikage. Because A is a political head of the Hidden Cloud Village, his character is forced to be rigid, disciplined, and plain. Because B is not burdened by the political needs of the show, he's a way more vibrant and interesting character. Oberyn Martell from Game of Thrones also belongs in this category, though he doesn't interact with his brother much. But he has way more bad boy energy than you would expect from a feudal lord like Ned Stark. Because of his lack of duties and roles, he's free to be as interesting as he wants to. They can be a rapper or the Red Viper, but they are always unpredictable and fan favorites. And almost always, the second sons tend to be the exact opposite of their older brothers. Ozai is the brutal counterpart to the kind and charming Iroh. Azula is a perfectionist control freak while Zuko learns to let go of things. Itachi is quiet and humble while Sasuke is the biggest edgelord since 2002. It's not just resentment and bitter jealousy that defines the second sons, it's also their freedom to do whatever they want to and become whoever they want to become. This is obviously not always a main character material, but a fantastic side character / anti-hero ingredient. And oh boy, take a listen to this line.
The other realm's second sons, Damon. Our worth is not given. It must be made.
House of the Dragon gave me the idea for this video. I think the writers wanted to make a show about women, but missed the mark on that and made one of the best male representations in media ever. Daemon Targaryen played no small role in that. He's the quintessential younger brother. He reminds me of Henry the Quarrelsome, the younger brother of Otto the Great. Then there is the not-so-great Otto Hightower. His goal is not a vain ambition of power. He is the second son of the Hightower family and thus has no legacy to leave behind. His line would be knights, squires and scholars, but never lords and kings. This is why he desperately wants Aegon to be king. And Aemon thinks he should be king since he's both smarter and stronger than his brother when he's not busy mewing. This primordial feeling rooted in feudal history still persists in our modern culture in the stories we tell. Living in someone else's shadow is a feeling most of us get. And what better way to insert a genuine friction than making the person casting the shadow a sibling? You can deduce a character's motivation, insecurity, and other quirks just from this trait alone. My favorite second son is definitely Daemon Targaryen. Matt Smith was the reason I watched House of the Dragon, and Daemon Targaryen is the reason I kept watching. Let me know yours in the comment section. The second son syndrome is an engine that highlights frustrations, resentment, and ambition of people, and those are highly prevalent traits of mostly villains and antiheroes. From ancient bloodlines to modern myths, this trope endures because it distills a fundamental human drama, the struggle not for power alone but for an identity in the shadow of another. In the end, the firstborn gets the crown, the title, and the page in the history books. And the secondborn gets the freedom to burn it all down. No wonder they're the ones who steal every scene. If you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that YouTube tells you when I upload. Or the almighty algorithm might just find you on its own.